super awesome driver joining us here today. Everyone say hi, Gerald. Gerald's going to be taking care of us today. It looks like we are just about ready to go, y'all. So fasten your seatbelts. I'm just kidding, there's no seatbelts. Alrighty, y'all. Go ahead, turn to your left-hand side, wave goodbye to all my friendly co-workers. You're never going to see them again. I'm just kidding. We're going to bring you back in just about 45 minutes to an hour. But hello everyone, once again, welcome on board the world-famous Universal Studios tour. My name is Trang, and I am going to be your tour guide today. Now I have a very special co-host. You know him, you love him, you've seen him on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and that's my jam, also with Jimmy Fallon. It's Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there, you made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Trang.
And the greatest driver.
Gerald.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Trang.
owes me $5.
Wait, what?
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
That's right, Jimmy. We do have a few safety rules to go over. First, if you need guest assistance or you have a medical emergency, or if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or have any sound or video issues, reach up and grab the red E-cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please stay seated and keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Remember to use the red cord above your head if you need any assistance. The studio is private property, and if at any time during the tour you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the cord and remain seated. Please no smoking of any kind during the tour. Also be prepared, our tour today features loud noises, sudden tram movements, fire effects, many water effects. You want to have your cameras out for great photo opportunities, but keep an eye on them so they don't get wet. Finally, for your safety and those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while you are on board. And with that out of the way, we are leaving the theme park world behind and making our way down our Universal timeline. So if you go ahead and look out to your right-hand side, you'll see just a few of the thousands of movies that Universal has made over the years. Now, our founder was a man named Carl Laemmle. You see him on your screen right now. And he opened up Universal Studios on March 15th, 1915. So if you were wondering, Universal is a Pisces. But in addition to being a Pisces, Universal is also its own theme park, its own working movie and television studio, and its very own city, or in Universal City right now. And we have a few things that make this a real city, including our very own fire station. You'll see Fire Station 51 over on your right-hand side, and that is a real working fire station. One of the only real things you'll see on our lot today. Now we also have our own post office, our very own zip code, and the most important thing that every city needs, a Starbucks coffee. And we have not just one, we have 3 of them here in Universal City, and a coffee bean. So there is no shortage of caffeine here. But we are short on one thing, and that is residents. And that we don't have any. Nobody actually lives here in Universal City, but we do still have a lot of cool stuff that is housed here on our lot, including sound stages. You're going to see your first sound stage of the tour over on your left-hand side, and that is our Soundstage 12. It's one of the oldest and largest sound stages here on our lot. It's been used to film a lot of great things over the years. Taylor Swift filmed her music video Me inside of that soundstage. It's also been used to film movies like Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. They fit all of Whoville inside of that one soundstage, folks. Now, you might be thinking, what is a soundstage, and why would someone want to use one? They look kind of boring from the outside. Well, the inside is also quite boring, but that is on purpose. A soundstage is essentially a blank canvas for productions to come in and dress up however they like. They have full control. And the walls of a soundstage are about 4 times as thick as a normal wall is, which makes them 98% soundproof. Now, if you take a look out to your left-hand side, some of these doors look like they are open, so feel free to look right through them, see what they are set up in there. But these are the sound stages where they also film TV shows like Bel Air.
You gotta learn what you can.
So what is you put egg on the cheese? You put cheese on the eggs, on the cheese.
It's fine. Whoa,
Let me see something right there.
I don't know, it's gotta be a lie.
Yeah, we could probably fit the whole Bel Air cast and crew.
Oh, we gotta get one of these for the mansion.
For sure.
You're lucky for y'all. The big family mansion lives right here on the Universal Lot.
Right. Some of Bel Air's most pivotal scenes have been filmed right here. Jabari, what have been your most memorable moments?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there's so many to choose from. You know, I love the foyer set where Will first enters, and at that moment, his life changes forever. What about you?
Well, the Bel Air Academy gym set is here too, and I remember you having to sit in that cold ice bath for hours. Yeah, that was really fun.
I can't feel my toes. No, but seriously, my favorite part of this lot is the talented crew who put it all together, from hair, wardrobe, makeup,
Set design, props, and transportation.
Transpo. Yes, yo, Transpo is the best, and they have the sweetest rides for us to play with.
Actually, speaking of, if we're gonna get a ride like this, we better go talk to Transpo now and let these people get back to their tour.
Yeah, that sounds good. As long as I get to drive.
Oh, not if I've got the keys.
Oh, not at all.
Oh, man.
Alrighty, thanks Jabari, thanks Ollie. Well, if you take a look out to your left-hand side, you'll see our post-production offices here on our lot. And there are 3 phases to a production. We have pre-production, we have the actual filming, and then we have post-production. Post-production is when we will take all of that great footage that we got during filming and edit it all together so that you can watch it at home and on the big screen. Now over on your right-hand side, we got some more of those great sound stages where they film TV shows like Never Have I Ever, Strike My Train on a Fishnet, Creative K-Link. This is also where they filmed a brand new TV show that premiered earlier this year on Peacock. It's called Based on a True Story. It stars Kaylee Cuoco and Chris Messina as they try and start a true crime podcast. If you haven't checked it out yet, I highly recommend it. Super fun. But we also have the sound stages where they film Killing It, starring Greg Robinson from The Office. He played Daryl. And this is where they filmed all the interior scenes for NBC's The Good Place, starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell. But speaking of Ted's, you're going to be able to meet my very good friend Ted coming up on your left-hand side. Ted's actually toasting us because he is getting his very own TV show coming soon to Peacock. It's also called Ted, but it is a prequel to his original Ted films. It'll be premiering on Peacock early January of next year. But Ted is also welcoming us on into our production bungalows here on our lot. Now, this is where all that great pre-production happens. So before a movie or TV show can even begin to film, they will go into what we call pre-production. And that will include things like getting the right story, the right script, and the right cast. And all of that will start right over here. Now, some of the production companies that we are so fortunate to have with us here on our lot include Monkey Paw Productions, as well as Pascal Pictures from Amy Pascal, who gave us films like Spider-Man No Way Home, Into the Spider-Verse, and one of my favorite movies, which is Greta Gerwig's Little Women. And our newest resident is Kevin Williamson's production company, Outer Banks Productions, that gave us the Scream movies. But just up ahead on your left-hand side, if you look real closely, you might be able to spot a balloon defying gravity. That is where Mark Platt Productions is. Mark Platt Productions gave us films like La La Land, Legally Blonde, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and they're giving us that soon-to-be Wicked movie, which is set to release on November 27, 2024. It stars Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, Jonathan Bailey, and of course, Academy Award winner Michelle Yeoh, starring as Adam Warble. It's also being directed by John Chu, who directed the film Crazy Rich Asians. But once again, continuing over on your left-hand side, we're going to be passing by 2 of our newest sound stages. Now, you may be able to notice that these sound stages look a little bit different than these sound stages that we were just passing by. And that is because these sound stages have offices and dressing rooms in the front, and the sound stages over in the back. But inside of these sound stages, they film a lot of great TV shows, including shows like American Auto and the TV show Lopez vs. Lopez, which stars George Lopez and his real-life daughter, Maya Lopez. But those sound stages were first used back in 2016 for NBC's production of Hairspray Live. They started inside of the sound stages, and then they later transitioned over to our Metropolitan sets. Now, our Metropolitan sets have been used to look like many different cities over the years. For Hairspray Live, it was Baltimore, of course, but it's also been New York, Chicago, London. It was even Paris for Billie Eilish's performance for Amazon Prime Day back in 2021. But if you take a look out to your left-hand side, you'll see this big wall. And you're probably thinking, well, what is that? That is the backside to what we call a facade. A facade is French for front. And in movie making, we do this thing where we only build what the camera needs to see. So since we don't need to see the insides of every single building on screen, we don't actually build them. A lot of them look like that in the back. But as we head on into our metropolitan sets, here is our resident New Yorker to welcome us into the city.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York! I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there. That old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here! Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Now, if you took a look out to your right-hand side, you would have seen some activity happening over there. They are actually striking a set from this week. Earlier, they were filming the TV show Quantum Leap, which stars Raymond Lee as Dr. Ben Song. They filmed all over our lot, but they were using our Metro sets earlier in the week. But our Metro sets are built to look like the concrete jungle, you know? They're supposed to look like a metropolis. However, they're made mostly of chicken wire, plaster, and plywood, and that is for a few reasons. We need those sets to be malleable enough so that if we need to change them out for whatever reason, we can do so with ease. But folks, as we leave our not-so-concrete jungle behind, we're getting ready to head on over to the real jungle. We're heading back to Skull Island.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. Action! I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up to the edge. And Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Alrighty folks, before we head back to Skull Island, just a few friendly safety reminders. Please remember to remain seated with your arms and legs inside of the tram at all times. Hold on tight to those belongings, hats, gloves, keys, wallets, cell phones especially. We don't want anything to get lost here in the jungle, so hold on tight to them. Now last but not least, please no flash photography. King Kong, he hates the paparazzi, y'all. Alright, y'all. It's time. Kong's a little bit shy right now. We're gonna do a little check-in, see where he's at. Alrighty, y'all. I did say this was going to be a special tour, so we're going to try and fix this. We're going to go around back in, and we're going to see if we can go through King Kong one more time. Now let's try that one more time. We're gonna head on out. We're gonna let them reset this. And we're gonna try and go back into Skull Island, folks. And I'll let Peter Jackson tell you a little bit more about King Kong and our little attraction here.
The Universal Tram is winding its way through a very rough, narrow trail in Skull Island, allowing the visitors a little sneak peek at some of the wildlife on Skull Island. In a sense, this is like a mini sequel a mini continuation. We're just taking the Kong and Skull Island and the dinosaurs that we established in our feature film. And this is, another day, another incident on Skull Island, using the creatures and the character and personality of Kong as he appeared in the movie. We really put a lot of thought into the character and personality of Kong, and he's so much more than a monster. In fact, he's not a monster. He is an incredibly majestic, ancient creature. He's a force of nature. He's old, he's wise, he's proud, he's fierce, and obviously he has a heart. The most important feature of Kong are his eyes. Kong's eyes are wonderfully expressive. They're full of emotion. His eyes are like a window into his personality and his heart. He's had an enormous number of encounters with his foes, the T-Rexes and the various dinosaurs on Skull Island, so he's been beaten up, scarred, chewed up, spat out by these dinosaurs at various times. He wears the scars of a lot of ancient battles.
Alrighty folks, let's try this one more time. Once again, make sure you're remaining seated the whole time, hold on tight to those belongings, and no flash photography. But let's head back on in the Skull Island and try this again. Here we go.
Okay, glasses on everybody. We're back in Skull Island.
Dinosaur noise! Dinosaur noise! Whoa! Oh my god, King Kong! Ooh! Dinosaur noise! Fighting! Throw, punch, kick. Oh no, he's taking the tram. No! Roar. Yeah. Woo! Alright, that was King Kong 360 3D, kind of. Maybe second time's not the charm, but we got to see something. Alrighty, y'all. Now, that attraction was brought to us by Peter Jackson and the folks over at What Effects. Those noises were from me. Woo! Visual effects are the visual effects masterminds behind some of your favorite movies and TV shows, including Avatar, The Way of Water, Avengers Endgame, The Batman, Obi-Wan, Game of Thrones, The Last of Us, and they also just worked recently on The Marvels.
With a project like the studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know where people are looking. They're looking straight ahead. They're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving it along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away.
We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
Alrighty folks, well during King Kong 360 3D, you might have noticed that we had to say goodbye to our beloved fifth tram car. I didn't even know we had more people on the tram. I thought it was just you guys. But don't worry, they're safe. We already sent out people to go and get them, so they'll be okay. But when that car was pulled up onto the screen, it made our tram a picture car. A picture car is any vehicle that you see on the screen, and they help to set a time period. It could be a place even, and it really includes any vehicle that you see on screen, whether that be a boat, a bus, a train, a car, or even a tram. And we're heading on into our picture car stop, so get those cameras out and ready, because some of these vehicles are more famous than the stars that drove them. Alrighty, y'all, over on your left-hand side, you'll see my very good friend, Bumblebee. Hey, Bumblebee, you look great today, buddy. You dressed up just for the event? And we also have a few futuristic vehicles from Back to the Future Part 2, as well as some eco-friendly man-powered vehicles from the Flintstones. We also have one of the 17.5 Ford Angrias used in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, that half car being the one they used solely to beat up with the Whomping Willow. And two of our newest vehicles, the Fry's Electronics truck and the Crawdaddy from Jordan Peele's films Nope and Us. And take a good look at that tank from Transformers over on your left-hand side. You might notice there's something a little bit weird about it. That is because that tank has a plywood shell that they painted over to look like metal. You know, Michael Bay loves to blow things up in his movies. It's kind of his thing. But it is much easier, and more importantly, much, much cheaper to blow up a bunch of plywood than it is a bunch of tanks. But coming up on your right-hand side, you're going to be able to see the Jeep from Jurassic World. Now, Nick Robinson drives this Jeep to get out of dino territory. But it also pays homage to those original Jurassic Park films. And speaking of, we're heading on into a little island off the coast of Costa Rica. But to welcome us on in is my friend John Hammond. Take it away, John.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Thank you so much, John. Now, folks, when you look on out, we're going to see some more dinosaurs. Or maybe not. Looks like they're loose. That doesn't sound good. No. Seems like they might be inside the mobile lab from the Lost World Jurassic Park. But don't worry, folks, we're safe here on the tram. Nothing can get through these super thick windows that we all have, right? So, don't be alarmed, that's just how they like to say hello. Don't forget to say hi back. Now folks, here is that mobile lab that we were just passing by in action. Now folks, that scene that we just watched is a great example of how weather plays a huge role in a movie. It can really set the tone for things. It can make scary scenes look even scarier, or romantic scenes look even more romantic. I mean, who doesn't love a good kiss in the rain, right? But what do we do on nights like tonight when there's a little bit of rain, but not enough rain for what we want to achieve? Well, here at Universal, we have some of the very best technology available. You might have actually heard of them. They're called sprinklers. We put them way up high in the sky, and then we let the water fall down naturally. So we're going to put on a little rainstorm for y'all. And action. Alrighty, folks. Now we are giving you all of these elements so that you have the full rainstorm experience. However, thunder is something we would typically add in post-production. That's because when we're filming a scene, we don't want anything that would drown out the voices of our actors. But you know, I think that's enough rain for now. We've had enough rain today. So on the count of 3, we're all going to yell cut, okay? 1, 2, 3. Cut! Huh. Maybe they didn't hear us. Let's try one more time. 1, 2, 3. Cut! Oh no. No. That's not what I meant. Oh boy. Well. Alrighty, folks. That was our flash flood. It's been used in many movies, TV shows, even music videos over the years. Lady Gaga used that set for her music video Judas, and we use that water over and over and over again. We believe in sustainability here, so we reuse that water, so we don't have to waste any of it. But that set was also used in the movie Big Fat Liars, starring Paul Giamatti, Amanda Bynes, and Frankie Muniz. They used those same practical effects that we just showed you in that film. But from one tropical destination to the next, we're actually going to head on over to the beach. We're heading on over to Amity Island, folks. Now, Amity means friendship, and since we're all such great friends now, I thought this would be the perfect time for us to take our first beach trip together. Now, I did hear there was a little bit of a shark infestation here the other day, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. But I've already sent out my good friend George out to the water to make sure everything is all clear for us. Me and George are actually supposed to go watch the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie tonight. We're really excited. Big Josh Hutcherson fans, but not to alarm anyone, but there is still a shark in the water. So everyone just sit tight. George? Oh, George. You really got it. Okay. Well, good news and bad news. The good news is I have an extra ticket to the movies tonight. The bad news is we have lost George. But you know what? It's not too late for us, and that's what matters. So we're going to hide behind these barrels. It's a little dark. I can't quite read them. I think they say flamingo on them. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, flammable. Alrighty, folks, that was Bruce the Mechanical Shark, and he is one of the hardest working team members here at Universal. 365 days a year, rain or shine, he always shows up and he always gives it his all. I mean, he tried to scare those other cars and there's nobody in there. Unless there's something we don't know. But folks, that Mechanical Shark is actually named after the shark that they used to film Jaws, which sunk to the bottom of the ocean on their very first day of filming, which, talk about a bad first impression. But because he was named after that shark was actually named after another person, and that shark that they used to film Jaws was named after Steven Spielberg's lawyer, Bruce. And unfortunately, I have no idea who Steven Spielberg's lawyer was named after. But I do know that if you've seen the movie Finding Nemo, you might remember that the shark in that movie is also named Bruce, and that is an homage to Jaws. Now, Jaws was not filmed here on our Amity Island, but our Amity Island has been used for a lot of great television over the years, including TV shows like The Good Place, that's where Chidi falls into the water. Community is also filmed out here, but this was used most famously as Cabin Cove in the TV show Murder, She Wrote. Alrighty, y'all, well, coming up on your right-hand side, up on the hill, it's a little bit dark, but you may be able to see the outline of her at least. That is our chicken ranch. Now, our chicken ranch is a very special set because it is called a practical set, which means we can film both inside and outside of this set. It was used most recently in the Halloween episode of the new Quantum Leap series, but it's also been used in movies like The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, starring Miss Dolly Parton, and music videos, including LMFAO's Party Rock. But take a look at what our chicken ranch looks like during the day. And as we leave our chicken ranch behind, we're now making our way up our wilderness road. So I just want to take a moment to let y'all know that we are approximately 15 minutes from the end of the tour, and we'll be returning to the theme park shortly. Remember to pull on that emergency cord if you need assistance, and to remain seated at all times. Now folks, this is called our Wilderness Road because it's supposed to look like just that, the middle of nowhere, and it's been used as such in TV shows like Never Have I Ever. In that last season of Never Have I Ever, Davy and her friends get stranded out here on the way to prom with their limo. And that limo would be a picture car, and we do have a few more picture cars for you coming up on your right-hand side. You'll see the little green Mini Cooper from Mr. Bean's Holiday, as well as a tan-colored car way over in the back. That is from The Mummy, starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, which is actually one of my favorite movies. We also have the Mystery Machine out here today. Looks like Scooby Gang's on vacation, so they left their van out for us to admire. And we have a few Fast and Furious vehicles out, including Dominic Toretto's Black Dodge Charger. Now, speaking of Fast and Furious, folks, family is super important to me. I love my family so much. But what is almost more important to me is supporting family-owned businesses. So we're heading on over to one of my favorite family-owned businesses, the Bates Motel. Well, it looks like they're doing a little bit of construction today, but Norman's still hanging out in the window, so giving him a wave as we pass on by. We're going to head on up to his house, though, and see if Mother's going to be waiting for us up there.
We all go on a match sometimes.
Alright, well, over on your left-hand side, that is the original house from Alfred Hitchcock's film Psycho. This is one of the oldest standing sets in Hollywood. It's also one of the most iconic sets in horror movie history, and from an iconic set to one of the most impressive sets in history. We're now heading on in to Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Now, when you look on out, you'll see that is a real Boeing 747. It's a real plane that was purchased for the film for $60,000. But it cost $200,000 for them to deconstruct it into small enough pieces in order to transport it over here to our lot. And that was because it was too large. It wasn't going to fit on the highway under the overpass otherwise. So they had to make sure it was broken up into these itty-bitty pieces so that they could bring it all the way over to our lot. But to tell you a little bit more about the production design behind War of the Worlds is director Steven Spielberg and production designer Rick Carter.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down and talk about War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me. Listen, now, listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Now, closed. Bobby, get in. Get in.
Now, Steven Spielberg is just one of many great directors that we are so lucky to work with here at Universal. So from one Academy Award-winning director to the next, we're now about to head on into Jupiter's Claim from Jordan Peele's film Nope. These are the real sets that they used for filming that they brought over here to our lot from the Santa Clarita Valley, which is just about an hour from where we are now. To welcome us on in is none other than Jordan himself.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky G. Park. Over there, look into the Winking Well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Sheriff. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Well, a little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, Gold Rush Frontiers now lies a sinister secret. Smack dab in the center of the hot spot. What's a bad miracle? Welcome to the world of no.
Alrighty, y'all. Well, I'm going to take Jordan's advice and, get out. But after that UFO hotspot, I think things with the tram were getting a little bit glitchy. So we're going to head on over to Sullivan's truck repair really quickly. We're going to check on the left phalange just to make sure everything's working okay, in case things get a little fast and furious on our way out. But while we're in here, folks, a few of those safety reminders once again. Please remember to remain seated with your arms and legs inside of the tram at all times, and maybe hold on tight to those belongings. This does not feel like the place you want to get things lost in. Now we're just going to settle on in here while we wait for the next appointment time. And, oh, that's weird. Folks, it looks like I have a call incoming on the tram. Do you mind if I take this really quickly? It might be important. Hello?
My name is Roman Pierce.
Oh, hey, Roman.
Nice to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you sharp for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot.
Alright, look guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone can give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay. We'll meet you in there.
Alrighty, folks. Now I actually planned a little surprise party for you to make up for the surprise. Rude. Alright, don't worry everyone, maybe Roman knows what's going on. Hey Roman? What are we doing?
This is what we're doing. This is the race day after party. And what other?
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move.
Neil?
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. Got it. It's like that. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Escort this novice out. Let's go, Cookie Puss!
You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of something.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate.
Shaw traced us. House can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle.
It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Roman, grab your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
Alrighty, y'all, now is a great time to put on those handy 3D glasses as we move into this very safe location.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime. Come to the left. Roman, Letty, hook him up.
Don't think you're getting away!
Way to go, Letty. I'm lining up a missile shot. Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this. What are we gonna shoot? Head for the bridge. End of subtraction. Everybody hold on. Hit the nitrous. Already done.
That is how we roll, everyone. That was Fast and Furious Supercharged. Thanks, Gerald, for getting us out of there safely. Alrighty, y'all. We got one last message incoming from our crew.
Hell of a job, everybody. You've protected the witness, and you can resume reading.
You know it's crazy out there. You guys read hard.
My Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it.
They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is. You guys did good out there. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.
That's right, folks. You're welcome to join our crew here anytime. Now we are nearing the end of our tour, but I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us here on the world-famous Universal Studios tour. Now, I do have to say this, thank you so much for being here with us today, especially our annual pass holders. If you're not an annual pass holder, which I'm sure all of you are, head on over to the Universal box office to see how you can upgrade today's ticket to an annual pass, so that you can keep coming back again and again. And the studio tour is always different, and now you guys know that. Now folks, make sure you download the Universal Studios Hollywood app where you can confirm our park closes tonight at 11? Honestly, I'm not sure. But you can check wait times to ride and attractions, as well as get details on how you can visit Super Nintendo World. But last but not least, if you would like to purchase any of the NBC Universal movies and TV shows you've seen on our tour today, please visit www.uphe.com or ask today at one of our retail stores. Now, on behalf of our driver Gerald and myself, Trang, and everyone here at the NBC Universal Studios, we hope you've enjoyed this exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the Hollywood experience, and enjoy the rest of your day here at Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of LA. As we say here in the biz, folks, that's a wrap. Please remain seated until our tram is completely stopped and those gates have been opened, and please place all those 30 glasses into those bins as you exit. Once again, folks, thank you so much for joining us here today at the studio tour. Thanks for sticking by us with all our little bloopers and mishaps, but I hope you had a great time anyway. Now, go get some butter beers, go get a giant donut, go ride Super Nintendo World.
Watch your arms and legs.